Hi, my name is Kim Rule and I am a tarot and oracle reader. Today I am going to do a reading for twin flames out there. This is going to be for October. We are already in the middle of the month. I think today is the 15th of October 2016. So this is going to be for the next 2 weeks and possibly even the 2 weeks previously, like where the feminine and where the masculine are at the moment in their life, and what's going to happen over the rest of this month as well. I am doing a mirror reading again because I really enjoyed doing that last time. If you saw my previous twin flame reading, I thought it went quite well. So I'm using again Doreen Virtue's The Romance Angels. Now last time I only read those cards. This time, if I have the time, I'll see how I go because I don't have a lot of memory on my phone again. But I wouldn't mind getting some cards from Belinda Grace's The True Love reading cards as well, and seeing if we can do something from there, as well as a guidance card from the Archangels and Atlantis. Yeah, Angels of Atlantis by Stuart Pearce. These are the Archangels. So a guidance card from them, as well as maybe a Magical Mermaids and Dolphins from Doreen Virtue as well. But we will see how we go. Otherwise, we may make this a two-part reading if I feel the need to continue. Yeah, like I said, I did this reading last month and I really liked it for the mirror. It's like a relationship reading, so it mirrors each of you and your partner. In this case, it's the feminine and the masculine, and it's a 14-card spread. So it gives a bit of insight into what's going on in the relationship. Even if you're not in union, you're still in a relationship with your twin on a spiritual level anyway. So, alright. So I can remember, I've written it all down. So the first card is How the Feminine Sees Themselves. I've just got to reach. Yes, it's right over there. So how the feminine sees themselves, and the card that came out was Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon, is what the actual card says. Of course, most feminines are already in separation with their masculine counterparts, unless you happen to have gone into union. But I feel like this spread is more for people, for twins who are still in separation anyway, than the ones that have been able to have that reunion. Yeah, so how they see themselves as still, in separation. Yeah, and trying to cope with not having communication with their masculine twin. They're still trying to come to terms with all that. Trying to get on with their life as well as possible. It's about, having that, strength within, the determination to still live your life. So, but they are missing their twin, I do feel, quite regularly, and feeling like there's part of them not there, part of your heart is missing. So that's how the feminine sees themselves at the moment, and how the masculine sees himself. Okay. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So they're learning about trust, about opening themselves up to this very unique relationship that they have, this union. They're still trying to understand it. Hopefully, they're doing some research about twin flames, or at least allowing their intuition to come through and let them know that it's safe for them to open up to the feminine, and allow this process to happen naturally. You know, they've been, up until I'd say the last month or two, they've just been in denial, and now they're starting to realise that there's, you know, this relationship that they have on a spiritual level is very important. It's why they're here in the first place. It's their main mission here than anything else. So they're learning to trust themselves with this experience. The third position is how the feminine sees the relationship. Grab the right card. Okay, you deserve love. You are lovable is the card, which is a lovely card. So she's, she realised that this relationship is very important, that it's the greatest love that she will ever experience in her lifetime. Even if she does have other love interests in the future, if, you know, for instance, if this union doesn't take effect in this lifetime, and also any previous relationships she's had in the past, she knows that this is the greatest love of all. You know, she can't get any more intense love than this, even if she's emotionally trying to keep herself under control and not allowing, you know, her feelings to overcome her. She does understand that, you know, this love is very pure. She's probably also come to realise too, especially if she's had relationship issues in the past, now that she has met her twin, that she definitely has at least one person out there who on a, you know, higher level has a great deal of love for her. So she's not feeling as alone as she might have used to feel, you know, as if, you know, she had issues with men in the past and felt like a lot of distrust there, feeling like she was let down and used, manipulated, mistreated. She's learning about forgiveness too at the moment. How the masculine sees the relationship is number 4. And this card was interesting. It's got pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Now, I don't feel like it's to do with the actual relationship with the feminine, but there will be people who will be trying to discourage the masculine. If he has opened up to, you know, family or friends about how he feels about this person that he's come across, and, you know, maybe he's talked about how deep it is and feeling like he's always known her, you know, that knowing you get, and people have like tried to mislead him or convince him that it's just, you know, he's just been romantic and it's no deeper than that, and he's probably saying, but it feels much more deeper. Those are red flags, you know. The masculine needs to always go internal for his answers. Externally, unless it's another twin flame, and I don't necessarily mean the masculine's twin. It could be another person on their own twin flame journey, and, you know, who will understand where he's coming from. Otherwise, people outside tend to not really get what all this is all about. So that's what he needs to pay attention to when it comes to the red flags. Just what information he goes for, you know, what advice he gets from other people. He's best to look at twin flame communities than outside of that. For answers is what I'm saying there. Yeah. What the feminine wants is number 5. Well, she wants engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Of course, you know, this is like the engagement card of people getting engaged and then getting married. I feel in this instance what she wants is, because it was once, wasn't it? Yeah. She wants the masculine to talk to her, to communicate, to, like, if he has disappeared and is not, you know, showing any interest in her, you know, quite a few feminines are wondering if the males are, you know, the masculine is even thinking of them. So, you know, they want the masculine to get in contact and to at least have some communication. You know, because the feminines can feel like they're on this journey by themselves. Of course they're not. The masculines are doing their work too. But, they need some support is what I'm getting from the universe. They need some support from the masculine, that they're not on this journey doing all the work themselves, which they're not, but it can feel like that from the ego's point. So they need the masculine to at least, you know, talk to them or send them intuitive, you know, spiritual messages, messages and dreams. They need some type of communication. Okay, so number 6 is what the masculine wants. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So they certainly do want the feminine, you know, they're still attracted to that energy. They're very much attracted there, but they're still opening up and understanding this journey is what I'm feeling when I look at that card. Understanding how pure and innocent it is. So, you know, they're still opening up to this higher reality and understanding that if they, you know, want to attract their higher soulmate, that they need to put the work into it. They need to trust in this journey. Seven is what the feminine needs. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Well, at the moment, a lot of feminines are going internal to understand about unconditional love, and that this relationship they're in, this union that they're with their masculine, is not a traditional relationship. You know, they may not ever live together and have children. You know, it may be a very deep friendship. Who knows? You know, I know there's a lot of debate about union. What does that really mean? Yes, there will be people who will be living together, but there's still that very deep love you'll have for one another, much more than you'll have for anyone else in your life. So I feel like the retreat is about just understanding this process within the feminine on a deeper level, and you know, because it is very complex, and you definitely need a lot of strength to be able to get through it, which we must have if we if we signed up to this in the first place. Also, I mean, a few of the feminine who are in union with their masculine, I suppose they would like to go away and just spend time with their masculine by themselves without any outside influences from other people, where they can really get to know and talk and open up fully and express what's going on in their heart. And it's not just about love, it's all this understanding, the fact that you have always known one another. Number 8 is what the masculine needs. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So he needs to stay optimistic about this connection he has with the feminine. That's probably something that he's learning about at the moment, because a few of the masculine have been very unsure about this in the past, and they've run from it out of fear, and now they're learning about optimism, about the fact that this can work, this relationship, if they're willing to let go of the fear and just accept this, this partnership with grace from God, and that everything's going to go okay, going to go much more than they ever expected, more than okay. It's going to be beautiful. Number 9 is influence acting in favour of the feminine. So express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Well, that's quite true. Feminines are very good at expressing themselves, opening up and speaking from their heart and being truthful and honest. And that's what I'm getting from the divine at the moment. If and when you do have contact with the masculine, to just speak honestly from your heart. Don't bring up any issues from the past that you've had with them. Let it all go. Just live in this moment now and just let them know how much you love them, how much that they have affected you in a positive way since coming into your life in this lifetime. Of course, we've always been together on a high level, but until recently, we probably didn't know that. We always had a feeling like there was someone out there for us, but most of us probably didn't know what a twin flame was until we came across our twin flame. And number 10, influences acting against the feminine. This could be the one. You're already met with the romantic partner you seek. Some feminines may still be very unsure if this is the masculine, the divine masculine, their twin flame, especially when they feel like the masculines, ignoring them, or maybe some masculines are being rather rude or obnoxious. Who knows? And so some feminines will be thinking, well, if this was my masculine, wouldn't he be completely on board and devoted to me and understand this connection we have with one another. Like I know with myself, I instantly realised, I had that knowing. And I do believe that the masculines do, but because they live in duality, they want to understand things from a more materialistic way, on earth. So, it can be much more harder for them. So the feminines, when they get rejected by the divine masculine, it can confuse them. And then they feel like it's, maybe this is not who they're looking for. But if you've got that knowing from the instant that you met that person or within a very short time, then it most probably is. So you need to let go of the fear. This is about understanding about unconditional love, that it can be very complex at the end of the day. learning to love, and this is what I have had, you know, I've come to understand over time, is that at the end of the day, this lifetime is only a very short time in a whole existence. You know, I don't know how long I've been in existence for, probably millions of years, maybe even longer. So this lifetime of, say, I don't know, 80 years is really just a flicker. You've been with your masculine from the beginning, and so if this is a little glitch in the road, then you will get over it. And yeah, it's just a journey. It's an experience. It's about understanding unconditional love, no matter what you throw at one another. I suppose in a way it's about proof and trust that you can still love one another. Whatever each of you put each other through, and in this case I feel like it's the masculine testing the feminine to see if she really understands that this is who her other half is, so she can always bring herself back to that trust and remember how she felt when she first realised, because that's what I could keep getting pulled back to. Remember the knowing, Kim. Remember that you knew. And with divine, you know, and our spirits, they send us other messages through synchronicity. You know, you quite often get signs, which, you know, I never really had signs before with other relationships until this one, and I get quite a lot. Dreams at times can happen. Just this feeling like there's that person you're so connected to. Alright, number 11, 12, 14. Yeah, so number 11 is influence acting in favour of the masculine. So this is influence acting in favour, and two cards actually came out, which is, you know, and they're both really good. So we've got true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. And we've got past life relationship. You have known each other before. So this is influence acting in favour of the masculine, is that they're coming to realise that they have known you before. You know, you may have had other past lifetimes together. I know there's a bit of a debate on that they say that twin flames only come together in their last lifetime. I don't know. Does it really matter? The fact that you know that you have known one another it's all that really matters. And this is influence acting for the masculine, is the fact that they are now in favour of the masculine. I'll just make sure that was right. Is that they're now coming to that realisation that there's a very high soulmate connection here, and they're waking up to that reality. And that this is true love. You know, they definitely got us in their hearts, you know, the masculine. They understand that this love is very pure and innocent and unconditional, which is beautiful. And influences acting against the masculine. And we've got heart-to-heart conversation. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. See, a few of them just don't want to engage in a conversation. They're still finding it a little bit daunting to talk to this person who is them, basically, their mirror image. It's still a little bit hard for them to, you know, open up to the feminine and trust that this process that they're going through with her is going to be fine. But they need to do that. The masculine needs to just allow this to happen, to get out of the fear and embrace, you know, the divine protection that we have with you know, with God. You know, like this relationship is protected on a higher level anyway. So it's all about just getting out of his head, his ego, out of the fear, and just enjoying this journey that he's on. And number 13 is what the feminine needs to do. What the feminine needs to do. And we've got the flirt card. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. Now, I'm not saying that she should be out flirting with other people. It's more about flirting with him. If she can talk to him, or, you know, that would probably help. Let him know that she has feelings for him. Just be honest. Open up. You know, just have that. Bring the divine feminine out. You know, have that self-confidence and walk in her truth is what I'm getting from, you know, Source. And because that will attract him back to her, because that'll fascinate him. He'll want to know her, you know what I mean? So that's what I feel when I look at the flirt card. It's been positive, having that feminine sexuality of herself, who she is, because he just won't be able to resist her. And what does the masculine needs to do? And we had, which was an interesting card, and when I first looked at this I went, oh, really? But then I understood what it meant. So we have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So the masculine needs to let go of fear. He needs to see himself in his true essence, that he is part of this divine relationship, this twin flame partnership, and not try and downplay it and run from it, or just ignore what's going on in his intuition. He needs to take off that deception of the ego, which is trying to keep him away from his feminine counterpart. He needs to let it all go and realize, you know, that he is much more than that. So at the moment, a few of them are still deceiving themselves and you know, thinking that this is just all crap and nonsense, and, you know, that they have no idea what this woman or other guy has been going on about. Because, I mean, the feminine and the masculine can be in a male and a female. They need to just start being honest with themselves, because if their intuition keeps piping up and saying, no, there's something much more going on here, and they're having these, you know, like constant mind games with themselves, and it's driving them a little bit nuts. They're not going nutty, but, you know, it can be very confusing for them. It's about time to let go of the ego is what I'm getting when I look at that card, and realising their truth. Okay, so they were great cards, I feel, overall. I think that gave quite a good clarity, you know, and I feel like that's what's happening with a few of the divine masculine, is that they are coming into their truth. To have that deception card come out at the end means that that's going to just be... the veil of that's just going to be lifted, I feel, with them. Alright, what I will do is a card or two from this deck. This is Doreen Virtue's The Magical Mermaids. We'll see what we get coming out. We've got that card, and we've got that card. Okay, we've got 3 cards here. I'll take them all. We've got wait. Don't rush into action right now. bide your time for better results. I feel like this is more for the feminine, you know, it's still a bit of a being patient and waiting, and I do feel like the divine masculine is still trying to understand and wake up basically, especially if they've been asleep, you know, and haven't been as intuitive in the past. Everything's coming on line with them very quickly, so they've got to be patient and give the divine masculine time to come into this understanding. The next card we've got is Alchemy. You have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. And this goes for both masculine and the divine feminine, is that don't feel like if you're in separation with your counterpart that somehow you two are letting down the divine twin flame relationship on a higher level, as part of the group of twin flames. Yes, you are you're highly developed creators. That's why we're on this mission. So we're all where we're supposed to be at the end of the day on our journey. So we haven't gone off path. There's just different things that each twin flame partners are having to go through at the moment. We're all unique in our journey. Okay. And then we've got contemplation time. Spend time alone, meditating upon what you truly desire. And I do feel like with all twins, males and masculines and feminine, it's all about internal truth. So listening to your intuition, picking up messages from source, from your guides, from angels, maybe even from friends or family members that have passed away. There's so many angels and people who are on the other side who are helping us. I feel like especially with this, twin flame mission, so we're not alone. Okay, so if we feel like we are, always do some meditation and relax and just ask for help. I do that quite regularly. Last week I just said to Source, I'm just feeling really tired. I don't know if I can keep going through all this. And, just be honest if you're feeling run down emotionally, spiritually with this journey. It's okay to open up and lay your heart out there for Source to understand, okay? Alright, I will do a card or two from here. These are Glinda Grace, Sister True Love reading cards. Okay, 2 cards. We've got abundance. It's a beautiful card. So there's definitely a lot of abundance heading our way in the twin flame relationship and group of twin flames, whatever hardship we've gone through in our past and also within this relationship, we're going to get a lot of abundance from Source, a lot of gifts and rewards will come our way in time, and we need to realise that. And on our evolutionary path with our soul, it's going to really, expand and, go up so much more quicker than the average soul is what I feel too. And compatibility has come out. So yes, you're definitely very compatible with your twin flames. It's a given. It's it's yeah. You're the most compatible two people when you're together. You're part of the one soul, so you understand one another inside out, and yeah, forgiveness tends to happen a lot more easily within a twin flame relationship. Even if you've had separation, it's hard to just hate the other person. You really can't. You might get angry and upset or confused, but you just can't hate them. You just adore them on a level of so much more than this life is. Alright, let's do a couple of cards from the angels, from the archangels. I always like these cards. These are beautiful decks of cards too from Stuart Pearce. I recommend people should get a copy, get a deck of them. They are gorgeous. I've got that one. Is there anything else? Okay. Alright, I've got 4. I'm going to have to try and do these as quickly as possible. I've got Archangel Sandalphon. And we've got evolution. Look, I've already talked about this. Evolution. So this is, this mission we're on, it's speeding up our evolution as a soul. So, we're going to be like masters in the future, helping so many other souls on their path. So understand whatever you're going through at the moment, even if it feels very difficult, it's for a higher cause at the end of the day. Sandalphon again. Intentions. So, write down whatever intentions you want, especially with your, your divine counterpart. If it's a masculine or feminine, let them know how you feel about them. Also, I feel like intentions when it comes to letting go of karma, really writing down all the negative parts of yourself that you want to dissolve and cleanse and, get rid of, if there's bad habits or attitudes or, falling back into, negativity. It's time to write all that down. Put the intention that I want to be able to dissolve all this. And then Archangel Michael, we've got I am presence. I am presence. Remember that source. God is within us. He walks with us every step of the way, that you are protected and loved. You're high creators, You're gonna, you're bringing the world so much wisdom and love and healing. To have that card come out is very, very special. And then we've got Archangel Uriel, freedom. Yeah, and I feel like this is about releasing the ego and freeing yourself from old karma from your past. That's what we're doing. Before we can come into union, we need to free all that. So it's a process of freedom we're going through. We're going to be more highly evolved. Our intuition is going to be more developed than the average person. Instead of it's the ego with the intuition trying to pipe up and say one or two things here and there, how it is with most people. With us, it's going to be the other way around. It's going to be our intuition, which is, going to be how we operate from our personality, and our ego is going to be put back a lot. It's just going to do all the mundane things, but, we're going to react and articulate intelligently through our intuition in the future, is what I feel when I look at that. All right, well, I've been able to get that reading out. I didn't think I would. It's fantastic. just keep the faith, and the process is, it's happening. We've just got to believe in ourselves, and that we are high achievers on a soul level. That's why we're here. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to leave me comments, that's great, and I'll talk to you in November. Bye for now.